We're live.
All right. And
we're here.
Average Ranch rises again.
God, it was a long weekend, wasn't it?
We made it back just in time.
Happy Father's Day, man.
Happy Father's Day. How's it feel to be a dad too? Wait. How does it feel to be a dad of probably like 13, but one girl, one boy?
Yeah, right. It's exhausting. You're a dad. Did you know how it goes?
Yeah.
Like you were chilling in the hotel room last night, right? You're like, oh, let's get her ready for bed. She remembered that you had promised to take her to the pool at 9:30 at night.
Yeah, she remembers everything. We got home today, and she looked at me and said, "Where's my surprise?" Because I told her I'd get her a surprise if she went down the slide.
Water slide. And she loved the water slide after she went down.
She did love the water slide.
So we better do the community
count. Well, I didn't even do the whole thing. I was like, you're listening to Average Rants here at KNNC 90.1.
This is going to be a shaky show.
We are completely unprepared.
Running on.
And we are extremely exhausted from running after kids all weekend. I can say, though, doing mini golf was a lot easier than jumping around on the trail.
Well, we had to play around the wildlife, but that was good.
Yes, the rabbit that was hiding in one of the holes you had to go through.
So.
Oh, boy. All right, so the community calendar, the newspaper only has one date that I can use. Tuesday, June 22nd, the Pepin Park program will be going on at 9 a.m. till noon. This is for children. I repeat, children. Adults can come, but make sure you're bringing your children.
I'm a child at heart.
I know, but that doesn't matter. It's about your age, not how you feel. And then we got the Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Group meeting at 5:30 to 7 p.m. at the Haverhill County Library. For info, call 390-1551. And then we have the Burger Feed fundraiser from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Eagles Club. So, yeah, my burger. We gotta get it. And that's what I got. Oh, wait, what's this? It's got a big poster here. Red Ants Pants?
I don't know. Man, it was here when we got here. I don't know.
Music Festival. Is that Taj Mahal? There's a whole bunch of crazy things on that.
Well, I do know that they have, they're selling tickets for a show for a Vegas thing here in town that's going to be happening up here at the high school. If I knew the dates on it, I'd tell you, but I don't know the dates on it.
I'm trying to see where this well, I mean, there's a music festival going on. I just saw this, so I haven't got to read this very worded poster, but you can go to redantspantsmusicfestival.com for some information. That is going to be happening on July 22nd to 25th. So, I mean, music festivals are kind of fun. Might be something to look into. And it's here in Montana, so why not? If you like music, you like festivals, you can kill two birds with one stone.
Right. Oh, yeah. But, there's the Vegas show. I think it's going to be, it's coming up next weekend or two. Seen a couple posters for it.
What's the Vegas show?
Well, I believe it's being put on by William Hillett. He's a Haverhill native here, and he was in Cirque du Soleil in Vegas. And he's bringing some of the act to Haverhill.
That is crazy. I actually went and watched Cirque du Soleil in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And it was crazy.
Yeah, those guys, we're not in shape.
I could do what they did.
Oh, really?
I just might fall off and hurt people.
Be prepared to catch me.
When we went
because
there,
I am going to fall.
I still think the craziest thing was those tickets. So you could get, like, if you're on the sides, it was cheaper. And the closer you get to the middle, the more expensive it is.
Right.
And I remember we paid for a seat. I was like, oh, sweet. We had $80. So it cost like $80 to go to these seats. And we were kind of on the side. And I sat down, and there was this guy, he sits beside me. And I was talking with my wife, and he looked at me. He's like, how much did you pay for your seats? I was like, well, it was like $40 a seat for here. He's like, I paid $213 for this seat. I was like, well, it's because you're slightly closer to center.
There you go. Right?
Oh, but no, yeah, we went down to Great Falls and had a Father Day weekend.
Yeah, we had a good time.
It was fun.
We went. We took the kids to the flippin' fun, I think, or something like that.
You called it so many different things,
I
trying to
know.
figure out where it was.
Yeah, but it's a place full of trampolines, and the kids just went bananas. Your wife was going crazy.
Yeah,
too.
it was pretty funny to walk in because we went outside and we did mini golf because we're
They don't want to see.
we're over the weight limit.
They don't want to see fat guys jump. I mean,
we're over the weight limit. But as soon as we walked in, we were like, "Well, where is everybody?" And all we could see was my wife jumping on the trampolines, and we couldn't find any of the kids. I thought she was the only one jumping at that moment.
yeah, they were all going crazy. And then we went to the water park.
Yep.
And then see, that never amazes me, man. I love my kids to death, but what are we doing now? Like, are you jumped your guts out for an hour, now you swam for an hour and a half, and now you want to go do more?
Happy Father's Day.
Right.
Or my favorite is, I'm not hungry.
Oh,
That breakfast, like none of the kids ate that breakfast.
well, no, my son ate like 2 pieces of salad. That's a norm for him, though.
But then it was like we leave, we go back to the hotel. My tummy hurts. Well, no.
Really?
Yeah.
It's empty? You're running out of eating right now? Oh.
Maybe you should have ate some breakfast. Oh, you didn't want that. You didn't want the pancakes with whipped cream on them.
And
Like,
sprinkles.
Yeah. Like, oh my.
She ate some of the broccoli, though. I gotta say that's the combo I didn't
She loves broccoli.
Yeah, that's a combo I've never heard of before.
Well, I think it's because when she was like really young, we treated it like it was a treat for the longest time. We'd be like, "You sure? If you're good, you'll get some broccoli."
I'm a broccoli fan. I like broccoli, but not for breakfast. My pancakes. I'm a sausage and pancake kind of guy, not broccoli.
Well, maybe that's why we weren't on the trampolines.
Yeah, that skillet I had a lot of gravy on it.
Well, it's like you took us to that. What was that? That Mongolian barbecue place.
Oh man, that place is legit.
And I think I was the only one that ate the whole bowl.
I ate 95% because I knew we were going for ice cream afterward.
Well, and then we get back to the hotel, and I just wanted to eat everybody else's that had leftovers.
Right.
But I knew I wouldn't be allowed.
But look at it this way. Now, when you go to that Great Falls on your own, you can.
And I know I can fill the bowl more.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I thought that I was like, I can't go over too much.
Oh no, they encourage you because it's going to shrink down.
Well, it made sense. Once I saw it getting cooked, I was like, oh yeah, everything would shrink a bit. It was a dumb moment.
But it's delicious.
Yeah.
For anybody who wants to know, it's Mongolian grill is just basically like a hula hut.
I don't know what either of those are.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, I do now. And I'm still. Oh, are you still sick?
A little bit.
Man, I
Cold.
didn't get. I got like no sleep. I think it all came back. Oh.
Thanks, kids.
Yeah. Happy Father's Day.
That was the gift I got.
This is what we do it for.
This is what you get for Father's Day, Dad. Ugh, snot right in your face. There you go.
I wore my hat today.
Right.
And don't forget that we actually not only do live radio.
Live radio.
We live stream the radio as well.
You can't hear the music over the live stream on the.
Yeah, we do it. We do it on YouTube. So if you ever want to just see what our mugs look like, or even see what the booth is like that we sit in, you can find us on YouTube. Average Rants.
Just go ahead and click that like and subscribe button if you will.
Oh man, I gotta get used to saying that kind of stuff. I'm not that. I don't know. Your wife's into TikTok, and I still can't handle it. She sends videos to us, like to be like, "Hey, you should check this out," and I just wait for Sammy to tell me what's going on.
We're being a little whiny.
Maybe.
The man cold's taking over.
Yeah, it is. Well, I mean, I don't know why it's even an argument anymore, because there was 100 male doctors that all agreed
The man
the
cold.
man cold is worse than when a woman gets cold.
Yeah.
I mean, and I listen to scientists and all those male doctors,
Maybe
They know what they're
maybe
talking
you
about.
should start listening to a few female doctors.
Well, they just didn't include them in the survey.
Because they knew they'd call them out.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
we've done our Great Falls rant.
Well, it was a good time. I mean, that's like I legit like my wife was like, "Do you want me to cook you something for Father's Day?" I'm like, I had a great weekend. That's my. I love. I mean, I take that over home cook. I mean, if she wants to cook, whatever, I'm game. But
Well, I mean, when we went into that game shop, and
the nerd's gonna come out.
Well,
we didn't move like 5 steps through the whole place.
But Stevie's like, she looked at me. She's like, I didn't really get anything for Father's Day. She said, do you want like some miniatures to paint or something like that? And I kept looking up at the dragons. I was like, no, it's okay. It's okay.
I've got an unpainted mini you can test.
Oh yeah, you want me to paint it for you?
Well, it's not technically mine. So I was gaming at my house, left it there, and well, possession is 9/10 the law. It's not mine. He left it at my house.
I deem if somebody forgot that they left something somewhere and they never ask you if you know where it is, then it's yours now.
Yeah, it is not mine. So, but you're more than welcome to give it a shot.
I just like to paint things.
Yeah, it's a what is it? Oh, I can't remember what it is, but I know I have it.
It's something. It's there.
So,
well, should I get some music on? So
yeah,
stop hearing us whine.
Yeah, about our man colds.
Oh, let's see what just comes up. Oh, survive for fighting. That'll work.
Yeah.
It's not easy, Superman.
Oh, so I didn't have any chance to surf the web for any interesting news or anything this weekend, but
you know what we can talk about?
We
can talk about those motherfuckers that do fisheye lenses when you're looking for a home.
Well, that's your rant. That's on you. So how does this?
It's ridiculous.
How does this make you feel? I mean, and you found out that it's actually illegal to do this.
Yeah, you're not supposed to edit any photos that you take when trying to sell something, because then you're technically committing fraud.
You're misleading.
Yeah. Right. And it just drives me nuts. Like, we were excited to go look at a house, and we just drove by it to kind of check it out, and the yard is about the size of ours.
Yeah, but in the photo, because they use that fisheye lens,
it made it look like you could have like a freaking golf course in the back almost. Because we were talking about, we wanted at least enough room to be able to put one of those little dog ball launchers so we could get so many of us just running.
Right.
And I looked at that, I was like, there's no way. Like,
he would chuck it into the neighbor's yard, and your dog would be like, dude, what's up?
Well, it made it look like, so there's this narrow spot by the house. The picture makes it look like it'd be like 5 of me laying it down. We drive by it, it's my arm length.
The beauty of photography these days.
That's not photography, that's just a fisheye lens.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Bunch of garbage.
So
makes it harder and harder. There's my rant.
I haven't brought it up, but I've been meaning to, and I keep seeing it every week when I go to the grocery store. All right, listen to me, people. If you have to go to the grocery store, leave your dog at home. Don't walk your poor dog in the damn car when it's 90 degrees outside. The windows cracked. I don't care. Your car, when it's 90 degrees outside, becomes an easy bake oven. You know what I've always wanted to do? Stand there and wait for the person who did this to come out. Let their dog out of their car, shove their ass in the car, and then hold the door shut.
Keep them locked in
Just
there
leave
for
them
5 minutes.
Yeah. Do you enjoy this?
Don't worry, the window's cracked.
Yeah, you're going to be fine. You can still breathe. Gosh, people. Leave your dogs at home.
I mean, when I work security at the hospital, because I don't know
Or
what it's
cats.
like here.
Some people are weird. They
And,
might think they're a cat.
In Vancouver, at least, it was illegal to leave them.
It's illegal here, too.
So we would call the cops, and the cops would smash doctors' windows because the doctors would leave their dog in the car because they didn't want them to be alone at home for too long.
Get them another dog.
Yeah.
Or don't get a dog. Okay, so first of all, you're a doctor. You're working like stupid 16-hour shifts, right, as a doctor? You don't have time for a dog.
Yeah.
If you don't have the time or the commitment to hang out with your pet,
don't get a pet.
Don't get a pet. Unless it's like a lizard or a fish, right?
You know, most people use like pets as a starting point for having children.
Well, if you suck at raising a pet, you were really going to fail at raising a child. Pets are easy. They love you no matter what.
Right? Even when you leave them in the car, they're excited when you come back.
Oh, they're always happy to see you. Oh, where did you go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, so
Oh.
Sammy and I, when we had to travel here, we had the dogs. Well, we had one dog at that time, and I would be like, we'd have to park near a window if we went into a restaurant. So because we had to leave the car, we'd leave the car on with the AC running.
Yeah, but what if your dog kicks the shifter knob into go, and you're like,
well, Zelda knows how to drive.
And there's instances of, I'm sure there's instances of that happening.
Oh, probably. Or those dogs that you see on the car, they're honking the horn.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You gotta go somewhere, and sometimes you have your dog with you because you need to take your dog. But don't plan a day in town and just take your dog for the ride. Like if you're gonna I get taking your dog for some dogs love car rides, right? That's fine, but don't park in the parking lot and go. I need to go in shopping for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't get why people do that. I mean,
it's not safe for the dog or any pet.
And almost like I see people that bring their dogs into Walmart and stuff. I'd much rather deal with that problem than coming back to see people being like, my dog isn't moving.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I mean, all that's going to happen is if you take them in to the store, they're going to say, well, you can't have that dog in here.
Yeah.
They're not going to call the cops on you right away. At least not have.
Who did you upset?
What happened?
Your phone. It keeps going off.
You
upset someone.
My in-laws are watching.
Oh. Do they agree with our pet synopsis here?
He was asking if you have a dog.
I have a dog.
We all have dogs.
Your wife loves my dog.
Yeah. She would trade you. She would give you Sylvanus in a heartbeat.
My dog just proved to me that she can hold it for 24 hours.
And she's old too, isn't she?
Yeah.
I don't know many old people that can hold it that long.
I can't hold it for more than an hour. When I'm like, I'm going. I gotta go. Yep.
And you better get something ready for when we come back on the radio.
I don't have. Well, we could talk about the mini thing. I mean, you like that, right?
The mini thing?
You were trying to talk me into buying a 3D printer so we can do that.
We could talk about that. We should.
Well, I want to get a live game going, but I just don't have enough people.
You just need Sammy and I.
Yeah. What happens if you guys get all into it? I'm not so worried about. Your wife puts all this time and effort into creating a little. Gosh, we should save this. But painting this nice little mini, I can kill her off in the first 5 minutes of the campaign, and she's like,
she'd be excited to make a new one, but she'd make it look exactly the same.
That you 3D printed for her.
No, that you did.
Yeah, I know. That's what you're getting at. First of all, I spent way too much money today on my new bathroom that isn't done yet.
Okay. But it's Father's Day. We should get a gift for you.
The weekend was my gift. It was I really had a good time. Is that done?
It's almost done.
Oh, who are you listening to?
This is Whatever It Takes Lifehouse.
Oh, nice.
But I have to look by the time because I can't really hear the music.
Well, and the time.
And we're back.
Sometimes songs have a tendency to repeat themselves.
It's true.
It's your weird account you got going on there.
Yeah. So you want to talk about how you need to get a 3D printer?
No. You think I need to get a 3D printer?
You do. You want to do live games in your basement. And if there isn't cool things,
you need to be more specific.
Painted,
you need to be more specific with live games, like
D&D.
Yeah, I know you. I know, but the people on the radio have no idea.
Well, if they've listened a lot, they know what we're talking.
We're giant nerds.
Yeah. And we were down at that shop, and you were like, "Oh, I'd love to do a live game," and then you were the one that said, "Well, my wife suggested I just get a 3D printer."
Well, she did it one time because it does look kind of cool and stuff like that.
And then I said, "You should.
I should.
And I will paint every figure that you."
Okay, so I'll start mowing my neighbor's lawns for $5 until I can pay for a 3D printer.
Okay, you have a job, and it's Father's Day. Just go buy one.
So do I get out of jail free card on Father's Day? Is that how you think?
That's how I think it works.
Well, we'll see how that works out for you.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Not yet.
And
The day is not over.
All you have to do is get a 3D printer and then 3D print something that you think she'll like. I'll paint it. She'll be like, it was worth it.
I think you should actually paint that sketch you did of my son.
I could probably do that.
Yeah.
Like actually paint it or digitally paint it?
Both? Like, you've got time.
I do, but one's harder than the other.
Well, then take it as a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
So you do the hand one first, and then see how well you could do. Uh-oh. You got us both into trouble.
What did I say?
Now it doesn't. No.
Now it doesn't what?
The Father's Day is not apparently a get out of jail.
Oh no, nothing's ever a get out of jail free card, but you pretend it is.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because you'd be like, you're like, I bought a 3D printer, and she'd be like, what? And then you go, well, I thought because it was Father's Day, and then she'd be like, no, and you'd be like, well, I misread the situation.
I misread a lot of situations. So maybe one of these days.
I think that it would be great because it is a very good. It's better than sitting in front of a computer screen, which we're going to be doing.
Which we are
on
doing.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, it comes out on Tuesday.
What?
The 22nd. Today's the 20th.
Oh, you just ruined my Monday. For those of you who don't know and who love video games and are fans of D&D, you should probably check it out.
Dark Alliance?
Dark Alliance is coming out, yeah. If you have the computer to run it, or the system to run it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's coming out on every platform.
Even my father-in-law is saying it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for
This is all from a guy's perspective. Now, if he asks his
He's been
wife,
happily married for many years.
he's happy, but is she happy?
They gotta be.
Well,
They
yeah.
have me as a son-in-law.
Then you buy it, Barry. But that means your wife will be paying for it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can convince Sammy to let me buy one, I buy one. Just because there's so many things. Like, you can actually even, I watched guys that they downloaded, you can get the downloads for the schematics for stuff.
Yep.
And they literally, build things with it that they can use in real life, not just in games.
We could 3D print our own Optimus Prime.
I know. They could paint it.
You just want this so you can paint things.
I like painting things.
I know you do. But I just commissioned a painting out of you, so you better get that done. Can you have it done by tomorrow?
No. Well, yes. Do you want it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, then no. I got another painting I'm working on for a friend.
Wow. You're going to make a name for
So
yourself.
people like my art style, I guess. 'Cause I kind of like that little bit of cartoony aspect with some realism. So.
Yeah. Oh, apparently you were supposed to get a tile saw.
I was talking to her about how I was thinking about getting a tile saw because I feel like I'm going to have to cut a lot of tile in my future.
Well, we're cutting some for my bathroom.
Yeah. How would I get the 3D printer and you buy the tile saw?
No, I don't think that's going to work either. Although I think, and this is just me probably bringing this out, if I were to buy one of the two, the tile saw would probably be the safest bet.
Probably.
Because we would be redoing my other two bathrooms.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if we do a good job on your one, I guarantee you.
This depends on how much alcohol and how good you are at fixing my screw-ups.
There's going to be a lot of times where we do this. We're like, okay, we just got to. I think it's time to take a break.
Can you fill that gap in with grout?
That's what the mortar's for.
Right?
Well, that's what I did. So when I was doing mine, there was a point where I was like, I got to cover this all with so I just threw a whole bunch of the mortar in there. And I covered it all up, and then I was like, oh, wait, there's a leak. So I dug a little hole so that it would leak out into the drainage in the other room. But you don't have to worry about this because yours is upstairs.
Right. So if it leaks, it's going down anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be fine. We got this.
Yeah. No worries.
I've done it.
Amanda, there's no...
I've done it
It's not going to leak.
I've done it once. She came and looked at what I did. She liked what she saw. And I just got to hope I can do it again.
And you're going to have help this time.
Just hope I can do it again.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
The whole time we were shopping down there, you looked like you were being tortured. You're like, oh no, can we just go? And I'm like, wait, let's go look at this.
I am super excited for the new bathroom. I'm just not super excited to put because I am not good at this type of thing.
I'm gonna make.
I don't have the patience.
So you're good.
I don't have the patience. Now, if you want something ripped out or broken out, give me a ring. I can do that.
See, I was talking to Sammy where I was like, I don't mind destroying things. I hate cleaning up what I've destroyed.
Yeah, that's kind of thing. Yeah.
So I was like, if I could find someone that just loved to clean up and destroy things, that'd be great. Because I'm excited to do your guys' stuff because it's all almost ready just to start. It's like a clean slate.
Yeah, pretty much. We just have to pull the vanity and the toilet and the tile up off the main floor.
Yeah, and that stuff's not like destroying anything. It's just moving it.
Right.
Just unhooking some pipage.
Well, and I know my wife's super excited because I told her, like, we'll probably, if I get the shower pan in, we'll probably start,
Well, the day that you get that shower pan is the day we're going to start.
Right. So, I mean, we could probably do the kitchen, the bathroom. We could probably do the bathroom floor even before we start that if we wanted to.
Yeah, because
but I don't know if I'd want to because I don't want to scratch it up with, going in and out with the tile and the grout and all that stuff.
Yeah, we'll probably put it in after. Yeah. But we'll, you've got the, we've got to put the piping and get that ready. And we could even, before that everything comes, we can put up the drywall too.
Yeah, well, I got to go get that. So, yeah.
Right, so once you get the pipe in, you just put the drywall.
Yeah, well, and then re-plumb the shower in.
Yeah, we're like, people are going to think we know what we're doing. We don't.
We don't know what we're doing.
We don't know nothing.
There's going to be at least an 18er a beer and some YouTube videos involved.
I've been debating if we should live stream us trying to do this
on
that.
We could. I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, we could always just have it. When you set the camera to just kind of time delay, so it.
Well, I thought that we could just take the laptop outside, like outside the room, and you could put your webcam kind of thing up in the top, and they would just be up there watching us, be like, "What?" And then we'd have so many people be like, "No, please don't do that. Please."
I'm a contractor. Oh, that's not code.
It's not code, but we can hide it.
That's not going to leak. That's going to leak.
What do we do here? See two guys on their phone checking YouTube.
Well, why? I got the laptop. Oh,
it should be fun. I like stuff.
I'm actually kind of looking a little bit forward to it. The biggest thing for me is like I didn't want to do it on my own because if I got to a point and I'm like, I got stuck or screwed up so bad that I'd have to tear it all out and then pay someone else to do it right. Then I'm out double the amount, right?
Yeah, so, I won't be like that. I got nervous with mine, but I just kind of bit down and did it.
Like the cool thing is though is like everything seems to work out. Like we do a lot. We've done a few renovations or minor upgrades to the house, and everything seems to work out okay. So,
yeah, you didn't have to call anybody to fix anything.
Yeah. No, not yet. So,
well,
just the big stuff. Oh, so yeah, there's that.
No, I mean we ranted about that for a while. Should we get some music going?
Yeah, get some music going. And I don't know how making miniatures evolved into my bathroom, but that's why this is average rants. We don't stay on topic very well.
No, you don't. I heard here's some Hootie and the Blowfish. Hootie and the Blowfish. Here's Hold My Hand.
Ooh.
Oh.
Are you cold again?
Yeah, because the stupid AC is blowing in my face.
Well, in our hotel room this weekend, our AC wouldn't shut off the entire first night. I woke up at 4 in the morning. It was 63 degrees in the room.
You had to shut your breaker off, right?
Yeah, I had to shut the breaker off in the room just to get it to quit. Man. I don't know what you're whining about. It's ever 71 here.
71? I don't know what that means.
Not cold.
Just hit the off button, and then I'll at least warm up a little bit.
It's not working.
No, you just push it.
It's not working.
Oh, no.
I am pushing the hot button. It is not working.
There you go. Do I need to find some news?
Well, it is Father's Day. I other than that, I don't know anything about what's going on today. Lost a viewer. Can't imagine why that would be.
Oh, we had 5 at one point?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you guys want us to rant on a topic, feel free to post in the chat. Or if you want us to shut up, you can post that too. We just ignore it.
Whoa.
That couldn't have turned out good for that guy.
Yeah, apparently some women captured on film the moment they confronted the guy that was taking pictures of them by the pool.
That's just creepy. Like, don't be a creeper at the pool, man.
Well, the thing that I don't understand is there's so many places to get that stuff for free.
Yeah. Well, somebody's got to do the take the photos of the pool, though.
But what I mean, Pornhub. They've got Pornhub. You just go on there. Why do you need to take a picture of somebody when they're just walking by a pool?
Right.
Like, what are they doing? Sending that to their friends, being like, yeah, check out my girlfriend when they don't have one.
Well, that definitely could be the case. Oh, yeah. Well, hey, here's something kind of interesting. You know baseball, even though you're from Canada, but they have baseball up there, sort of.
Yeah, we've won a couple World Series.
The pitcher is going to take part in the home run derby this year.
Is it that pitcher you're telling me about?
Yeah. Well, in the beginning of the year, through 2 weeks, he was leading the league in home runs.
But it's hard for him because he can't play in half of his games or something.
Yeah, he because he's a pitcher, but still, I mean, it's kind of neat that a pitcher is going to take place in the. It's a control thing. What's she referring?
Oh, maybe the pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's in control because he can take pictures of something.
We've jumped from that topic.
Yeah, like we're on baseball now.
But anyway, yeah, he's gonna home run derby, so that's kind of neat. But yeah, I believe that too. It probably is a control thing with them. Kind of, yeah.
I think that's.
How come no one takes my picture when I'm at the pool?
They do. We just don't know about it.
Oh, right.
Man, when we were walking around that pool this weekend, I swear there must have been at least like 4 pictures Amanda took.
She took a lot of pictures of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see the barrage that shows up.
Are you gonna ask her if you could Photoshop him first?
You're just gonna alter the ones I'm in,
Yeah.
put some abs on me.
You could airbrush some abs on yourself.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, hockey news! We got hockey news. The Canadians, like they were like what, a 501 underdog to even make the cup this year.
Something like that. They should, if they had a regular season, they wouldn't have made it to the Stanley Cup.
So here's a question for you. So say they make the cup and win it. Is it with an asterisk? Asterisk by it? Because
they can't win it. I do not want to deal with my buddy if they win the cup. That's like the hardest thing is if your team, if you're from Canada and your team doesn't win the Stanley Cup, you don't want another Canadian team to win it because then that's all you're going to hear. You'll be like, well, remember when my team won the cup last year? When was the last time your team won the cup?
Mine's never won it that I know of. Did the North Stars ever win a cup?
I don't know.
Well, see, you're the hockey guy, so you would know.
I know Toronto.
Toronto won it like back when the hockey became a sport 100 years ago. Okay, it's been like 80 years.
Yeah, that's right.
That's not 100.
Yeah. Yes,
but still,
it's coming.
But that was kind of.
So they're gonna have the 100th Jubilee,
right? But that's kind of surprising. I a team that no one gave a shot, even a remote shot, of even getting around to the first round of the playoffs. They must have forgot they're playing Toronto, and then it's all downhill from there.
Well, uphill for them.
Yeah, everyone likes an underdog. If they make the cup and win it, that's a movie.
Yeah, it's gonna be. They'll call it the toilet seat cup.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with hockey, apparently the Montreal Canadiens logo looks like a toilet seat, according to most Toronto fans.
It's a C with an H in it. It looks like a toilet seat. Oh, we played 3 songs.
Did we? Well, good. No one wants to hear us anyway.
Oh man, I
see the people watching on YouTube. They made the choice.
No, they didn't. They feel obligated.
Well, we're married to Tool, which they're technically not necessarily obligated, but they pity us enough to.
I do feel like they're just like, well, we.
That's a pity listen.
Like, we're just gonna do other things.
Well, they're both exhausted from the weekend. You
yeah,
know,
I would probably.
Your wife and my wife are guaranteed. They're doing our laundry right now.
No, they're awesome.
I know.
I always feel bad though because I was like, I can't get back, and I was sick, and I was just like, I just don't want to do anything. I just was sit on the couch, and then she was doing all this stuff.
And my wife thought I had the man cold bad. I think you're worse than I am.
Yeah, you should see my dad.
Is he watching?
Probably not. He doesn't know how to use the internet.
Well, that's good news.
Oh, 2 hours.
No, we got an hour and a half to go. We can rant about anything.
I know. It's called Average Rants for a reason because we can talk about whatever we want.
Well, most anything. Like usually, there's a bunch of weird stuff that pops up in my feed, but apparently, people aren't being weird this week.
No,
not weird enough. Oh. Apparently they're making a Matrix 4.
Why?
Well, here's my question. Like, I never got to. Okay, it was my fault. It took me a while to watch movies, but I told a guy I was going to go home and watch the third Matrix movie because I never finished it, and he told me Neo died, and I'm like, well, thanks, dick. So never got to finish. I never even finished it.
He didn't die though.
Well, I don't know. I thought everybody said he died.
You're like, no.
Your wife is eating her Mongolian right now.
Oh. Sorry, she won't be able to finish it.
Oh, she's gonna now. That's a challenge, Sammy. You can do it.
You got me all excited. I almost missed the cue to come back live.
Yep, I believe in you, Sammy. You could totally finish that before Barry gets home.
And my wife is eating leftover Mongolian barbecue.
Just great stir fry.
She purposely did it while I wasn't there because I would eat it. I would ask for some.
You can always eat your daughter's. I guarantee you, she ain't gonna finish hers.
She actually liked it though. She was eating that.
I know, but she ate like 12, which was impressive. She ate like 12 noodles. Those are long noodles. She actually, I think the best part about it was it was fun for her because she was trying to use the chopstick, and she was having just a good old time with it.
Here, I gotta. So I'm not finding like full articles. I'm just kind of finding like little topics here. And somebody that was looking for a home stumbled across a regular looking house that had a prison in the basement.
Horror movies start out that way. And end
How
that
did you
way.
feel about that?
Daycare?
Like it shows a little bit of a picture of it. It's like got the toilet with the sink and then there's a bed.
Huh. Crazy.
I mean, depends on the year of the house, right?
Right. Like I remember what show I was watching, but these people bought this house, and they went down and they found out that it used to be an old mortuary, and they didn't change anything, so it had all the mortuary stuff still down in the basement and everything. Like, you think you'd put that in the description when you were selling it, but they were like, well, I wonder why it was so cheap,
I don't know. I feel like if we went and we looked at a house and it had a prison in the basement, my wife would be like, and how much more do I need to pay?
You're not going to lock him up first?
Well, she asked our realtor if there's any murder houses we could look
Your wife is slightly obsessed with murder.
Well, it is.
That is what she does, though, right?
Well,
She teaches that.
Her
She's a criminology.
speciality in criminology is she specializes in sex offenders.
Oof.
It's It's messy.
Well, if we're not on one of these Sundays, you know who to suspect. She's gonna hide it really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, she knows a lot about.
There's gonna be no evidence,
stuff,
but trust us, she knows something.
Yeah. And she teaches here at Northern.
She does.
So I mean, she's extremely smart, and I mean,
She can't be that smart. She married you.
Well,
That's just bad. That's just bad judgment.
Yeah, she didn't know what she was getting into, and it was too late to change her mind. So, I mean, I don't know. One of the crazy things that I hear from her all the time, and I guess it's not hear from her. It's just she talks about stuff, and you kind of overhear it. It's kind of like your wife probably talks about work, so you know about her work.
Yeah.
Even if she's not directly talking to you about it sometimes, and it seems like every time there's a student that didn't like a class, it's because they didn't try the class. They just wanted to pass it, and that was the end of it. But almost every student that has done well in one of her classes, she always is like, they message her, they'll talk with her, they'll thank her.
Well, I know she set up a whole blood splatter demonstration for them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she went in and put up the paper on the wall and then went in there with different weapons and acted like she was murdering someone to make the splatter.
I don't know if she was acting out. I'm pretty sure she was visualizing you after your man cold.
Well, maybe. Man, this hasn't even started. Wait till I get home tonight. I'm like, it's Father's Day. I just want to sleep.
And I had to do the radio, and we drove all over the Great Falls.
Oh, can I order pizza?
I don't want pizza for like a week now.
I have just let me buy it. Probably for the best, but I mean, it would be super awesome if on Father's Day I came home and there was pizza there.
Get him a flatbread pizza with spinach on it.
I like spinach.
I know. Well, then get him a healthy one.
God. I'm not a vegan.
My wife tried tofu yesterday.
Yeah, and I told her it tastes like cardboard.
But me and my wife are of the same. We don't judge something until we tried it. So
I did like the look on her face though, because she was like, she took a bite, she was like, chew, chew, and then the mouth slowly kept staying open more as she was chewing, and you could tell she wanted to spit it out.
Just don't.
I had a girlfriend once that tried to trick me, and she said, well, she was
your wife has never tried to get you to eat something healthy that she knew you would hate.
She'd tell me what it is, and I would usually try it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I had a girlfriend that tried to trick me. She said that it was chicken, and they had made, I can't remember if it was a pizza. I think it was a pizza, and I ate it, and I was like, because when you're dating somebody, you're like, oh, this is good. And then they were like, it's tofu. And I was like, oh, okay, I knew something was wrong.
It wasn't good, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so then I thought it'd be fun to then make her eat chicken.
Oh, I bet you that went well.
She didn't know.
She does now.
I told her, I was like, I like the tofu so much. Yeah, like she's listening. I was like, I like the tofu so much that I thought I'd make some tofu for you. See how you liked it. She was eating it. It was a pasta with me. And she was just like, this is like the best pasta I've ever tasted. I was like, get out of town. No way.
I used legit tofu.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't even know how
Now, my wife tried the swap thing once. She tried the cauliflower potatoes. Didn't tell me. And I took one bite of the potatoes, and I just got this weird, like she did with the tofu thing, and she's like, what? I'm like, I know what potatoes taste like.
Yeah, we did that. The cauliflower potatoes aren't bad. They're just different.
Yeah, it's a texture thing, I think. Like, it's just not.
But it's just, to me, it's one of those things that if I'm going to eat something, don't lie to me.
Most of my food things that I don't like, it's not so much a taste thing. There are things that I did like. Your wife tried to make those kale chip thingies the other day.
Yeah,
those aren't good.
Well, it was weird because I tried some and I was like, well, they're different, is what I told her. But then, give me 5 minutes and I was sitting over there eating them, and I don't know.
Yeah, no, not me. But it's a texture thing for me for most things. Like mushrooms, it's not the flavor I don't like. It's the sliminess that they take on when you cook them, and I just don't care for. So
I love mushrooms.
Hey, more power to you.
But no, I mean, everybody's got their thing. For me, pineapple. Pineapple makes me want to like slam my head against the desk.
I knew a guy who didn't like cherries.
Well, he should just. He moved away, right?
Yeah. My uncle, believe it or not, when back in the day when he was a kid, and this is like the 1950s and 60s, his dad would put a $5 bill on the table and say, "I'll give you this $5." In the 1950s and 60s, $5 is like throwing.
That's like a house.
You're like throwing a 50 or a Honda on the table for one bite of a banana.
Oh.
And he wouldn't do it.
Man, I would do that, but I try eat banana. I don't know what it is.
There is the challenge out, and I've had this challenge out to you for almost a year.
I've got to find the time to film it.
And if anybody can prove me wrong, but you can't. It is impossible to look cool, and this is where I specify cool, not sexy, because most females can pull that off. Eating a banana. It is impossible to look legitly cool eating a banana.
And it has to be like the full-on peeled banana.
Yeah.
It can't be like little chunks of banana.
No.
Because that'd be cheating, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out in case people want to try your challenge. Because then they'll be like, oh, yeah, look. And they'll do like a high-speed chase, and then they'll like chug in this bottle. And it's like, that was ground banana. I'm going to eat a smoothie banana.
Yeah. But, yeah, it is impossible to look cool while eating a banana.
What if, like, what if I made it so that it was like, made it really cool to make ice cream sundae, like the banana split? Does that count as eating a banana?
No, you need to have a yellow banana in your hand, peeled, eating it. Now remember, I said specified cool, not sexy. Not that you.
So you're
can,
saying
not that you can.
You're saying that could be sexy.
Not that you can do either or. Especially today.
The people on YouTube saw the look you gave me. Well, you said remember I said not sexy. It's because my voice is a little bit deeper today.
My wife likes it when she hates it and likes it when I get a cold at the same time. She's like, you're such a pansy when you have a cold, but your voice.
Keep talking deeper.
Stop being a wuss, but can you keep talking like that?
Yeah, I can't remember what I had. I was really sick, and it was like so bad that my throat was like just destroyed. And every time I talked, like Sam would just be like, can you just get better but keep that? I think that was when we were in Vancouver.
Yeah.
No, I was like, like my high-pitched man boy voice.
I'll hit puberty will come someday.
Yeah.
Someday. We'll mature at some point.
Speaking of mature, what's next on the music?
Oh yeah.
Or did you want to talk
No, go ahead. They're probably done hearing us, bananas. We're talking about bananas.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, there we go. Let's get some Bare Naked Ladies. They're from Canada.
Also, there are like 3 bands from Canada that people might listen to. So, I just actually stumbled across this in the news feed. Okay, that's weird. Well, I'll come back to that. Why do people... More than 41,000 people have signed a petition to stop Jeff Bezos from returning to Earth after his trip to space.
That's just rude.
Like, okay, the guy makes more in a minute than I make in my lifetime. Am I jealous of that? Absolutely. Can I fault him for it? No. He took advantage of a system that allowed him to do it.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's done anything terrible. Like, honestly, he owns Amazon, right? He's turning his entire operation to zero fossil fuels faster than anyone else.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he ran for president and broke everything.
Could have, but he didn't. Yeah, he started an online bookstore and went, I can sell way more than books. And to anyone who knocks him but still uses Amazon, you're kind of a hypocrite.
Yeah. That's the main thing that happens with people is I have so many people that are like, I don't take handouts. I'll never take a handout. All those people.
So if I were to walk up to you and hand you a $100 bill, you're gonna go, no.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
Wait, stimulus check?
Nope. Yeah. Right.
Huh?
That's paying for my bathroom, bro. No, if I was to walk up to somebody and say, "Here's $100," no strings attached. I just have extra $100 bills, which I don't. Well, here you go. You're gonna say no. Sweet. No, would you?
Would I say no to money?
No, you don't say no to food either.
Okay, I'm more likely to say yes to food than money, which is weird. Because if a stranger said no strings attached, here's some chicken Alfredo on the street.
Where'd you get it?
I probably wouldn't even ask. I'd just be like, "Is it good?"
It's still warm.
Where'd you find this?
Right. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't have yet to find any legit news that makes me hate Bezos, other than the fact that
He has more money than you'll ever have.
oh God, yeah. That doesn't mean I hate the guy or dislike him for anything. I mean, he earned it, I guess. But did you see his ex-wife is donating like $44 billion to charity?
Well, the thing that I hate is if you take the money that you've got right now.
I don't have any. So.
No, but I mean, like, you guys probably got something in your bank account, even like $100. You go down to Mexico, and you can live a good life with.
You're like Euro Trip. You've seen Euro Trip, right? Where they're like, "How much money do we have?" They're like 44 cents, and they're
they're like, "What?"
They give that dude a nickel. He's like, "Well, you buy my own hotel." It's a nickel. But I don't think the exchange rate's that good.
No, it's not that. But I know that there was that news story that had that lady that went down to Mexico on her retirement of only like $1,000 a month, and she's able to have a beachside home,
right,
and live decently. And I worked in a location that made computer chips. So this guy had made computer chips, and it kind of helped with these older programs that were getting locked. And this got them out of that lock that happened because the company didn't exist anymore that made those chips. So he charged people $400 to make those chips, like to buy those chips here in the United States.
Right.
It cost him 10 cents to have those chips developed in Taiwan.
Yeah.
So that's a huge increase.
Oh, yeah.
And it always made me wonder. I was like, you know what? If people actually only tried to get enough to make it so that they made a slight profit, like most people try to get 10% to get some profit. Everybody in the United States could be wealthy.
Well, they have the chance to be wealthy. Like, yeah.
Well, I just mean like if you leave Britain, Canada, the United States, and you go somewhere else, even China, you can live better with the money that you've got right now than you can in those other countries.
Right.
And that doesn't make any sense to me.
No. Yeah. The whole everybody's created equal, we're created equal. We're not treated equal.
No, not even close.
Which is really not any nonsense, but what are you going to do, right? The double standard is ridiculous. Like I can't tell you how, like, the whole reason we went to Great Falls this weekend was to pick up my wife, right?
Yeah.
And she had to go get certified. She's a certified welder. Like, that ain't easy. I can't do it. And, and because she's a girl, a lot of people look at her like she shouldn't do it. Or the fact that she shouldn't do it because she's a girl is dumb.
Yeah, that kind of stuff's pretty good.
Well, she's, like I've brought it up before, she's in a male-dominated workforce, which is dumb.
Well, my wife's in the same boat.
Right.
Almost every place she goes, she's surrounded by men in criminology.
And they probably make more than her.
Yeah, we're working on changing that.
That's right. Right here in Amber's Rants. Starting. Oh, no, we're working on it as a whole.
Right now! Get it done.
Get her done. But no, she looks a little, her arm looks a little haggard, but you gonna make it?
Yeah, we're back.
See, we're toggling with radio and live streaming at the same time.
We multitask like it's nobody's business.
I could walk and chew gum.
How?
Step at a time. Well, you brought it up, like watching my son or like walk through the hotel when he's trying to drink through a sippy cup. He can do it. It's just really slow.
Your son is the only kid that I've seen slam a vacuum against his head and go, ow, and then do it again.
He got clotheslined by a sign this week.
The Montana sign
at the
airport.
Yeah, he was, and we've all seen this video, and I've seen it happen. You heard me giggle before he even hit it, because the sign was just high enough where he thought he could clear it without ducking. Caught him right in the forehead.
And here I was all panicked because just before that he had tried to run through the border.
The TSA.
Yeah, the TSA. And I don't know if the guy liked it or not, but I was like, when we got him back, I was afraid of him getting tased.
Yeah, I was like, they're going to tase him. I'm like, I don't think it's going to slow him down, though.
I couldn't tell if they thought it was funny, though. So,
Yeah. Yeah, the good news is when he hit that sign, he slowed up a little bit, but it was still funny.
Oh, yeah.
Just right in the forehead.
That's how boys become men. Run straight into things. We have to learn through pain.
Before I became a dad, I was like our friends and all them had started having kids, and they're like, "Here, hold my baby." I didn't want to hold other people's kids for fear. I'm a bigger guy. I don't want to break them. And then as you become an adult or a dad yourself, you realize these things are built to last. Like, they could take a beating. Like, my son takes falls that would cripple me for a week.
Yes, he does.
Like, he face plants off of our couch all the time. Like, he's just walking along, he looks and sees the edge, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to step off.
Amanda got that video of him at the top of a slide being like, you know what? Slides aren't meant for sitting on, they're meant for walking down.
He
just bit it.
Yeah, he bit it. Sat him, went, guess not, and just kept going.
But I like when kids, like mine's a little older now, so she does the crumpled fall.
Yeah.
But like little kids, whenever they fall, they go into that weird starfish shape. That's their falling.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they can't put their hands in front of them, even if they're falling forward. Starfish.
And so their face catches.
Yeah. Let's protect everything, but the important part.
I don't want to scuff up my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drunks fall the same way too, though.
It's true.
Like my buddy on his 21st, I hauled him around. And we got to like one of the last bars, and I'm like, "Don't open the door, man. I'll get the door for it." Because he was sloshed. Don't open the door, man. You'll fall out. He's like, "I got this." He opened the door to his truck, and he like went to look out. His muscles didn't respond to that. They just went, "Oh, out," and he face planted out, and just And he gets up and he's like, "Dude, it's cool. I caught myself," and he's bleeding. His palms are just covered in blood. I'm like, with what? Your face?
Did you guys still go to the bar?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He was digging rocks out of his hand as he was ordering alcohol. I'm like, oh, man.
Did you guys see this tooth I lost? Oh, that's a rock. That's a rock in my nose.
Yeah, it was bad. And then, but he's not here to discuss my 21st, so don't have to.
Well, my 21st was just every regular day because I turned 19 when I was allowed to drink.
Right. Canadians.
Well, didn't you go up to like Alberta to go drink earlier?
No, I did like everything. Every other Montana kid, we started getting drunk while we were
See, we went to Quebec because then you could drink at 18.
Right.
And then you can celebrate your 19th in Ontario there.
I was carried across First Street on my 21st. And if my wife were here, she'd be like, that was a miserable night for her. We weren't married yet, but we were living together, and they dropped me off at the house. The creepy part is one of the guys from my birthday party took my pants off for some reason, you creepy dude.
In case you pee?
Just my pants?
Man, people do dumb. He was probably drunk too, right?
No!
Oh, maybe he just wanted to.
He took my pants off. Like, because I woke up the next morning, I'm like, who took my pants off? And she's like, not me. I'm like, was it me? She's like, nope. Creepy.
Wait, did you get your pants back, or maybe he just?
They were out. I found them. But yeah, but apparently I'm a bit of a yacker. Go figure.
Yeah. I've never known you to talk too much.
Right. But I ramble on even worse when I'm wasted. And she's laying in her. She made me sleep on the couch that night with a bucket. Go figure. I didn't throw up though.
And the only weird thing, like really weird thing that ever happened to me when I was a little too tipsy was I woke up in a cellar and I could hear little chicks, like little chickens.
Yeah.
But they were like baby ones, so it was like and my shoes and socks were gone, and there was a fan blowing at my feet, and it was winter when this happened, and I had a blanket that had more holes in it than blanket, and I came out of this because I woke up, I was like, am I murdered? And I walked by, and I came out eventually, and I was like, oh, why did they put me in the cellar? And then I walked up, and Sammy was actually there. I walked past her talking to people on the stairs, and I went up into the mass amount of people that were all huddled together, passed out. And that was the night a buddy of mine threw up in my sleeping bag that he stole instead of giving to me while I was in the cellar.
It makes me wonder, like you didn't turn drinking age at the same time as all your buddies did. You probably watched a couple of them that were older than you do it before you.
Yeah, but I mean,
but so you know what's going to happen. Like, you're going to go out and just get obliterated to where you don't remember 90% of what happened, and you wake up without pants on. And yet you know this is going to happen, but you do it anyway.
I've never woken up without pants on without knowing why I woke up without pants on.
That was confusing for me. I was like, why don't I have my pants on?
Well, at least we know your priorities.
They weren't my priorities. Apparently, one of the guys who brought me home thought it was a good idea to take my pants off.
All right, and just so any new listeners, this is Average Rants. We're talking about
Top of the hour.
Yeah, that's right. It's top of the hour here at KNMC 90.1 FM here at Haver.
Talking about our 21st.
Yeah, we're just talking about what happens the first time that you really are legally allowed to drink.
Yeah.
Because most people have experiences before that. But it is true. Usually when you are legally allowed, you go a little bit more over the top.
Well, I think it's here because, like, I think most bars here give you a free drink. And if you live in the greater Hill County area, I believe there are roughly 31 different establishments that can give you a free drink.
We can just, so where I'm from, it is, and I mean, it's true here too. It's always cheaper to go to the liquor store and get it.
Oh, yeah.
But if I want to go to the liquor store, let's just say, I mean, I drank Bacardi and tequila. That was my drinks of choice.
Ouch.
So if I wanted to get Bacardi up in Canada, if I wanted to get, I don't know what you guys call it, I call it a 26 or 26 ounce.
We call it a bottle.
So like a bottle. For me to buy one of those in Canada, I'm looking at around like $30 to $50. And then I came here.
Oh, alcohol is cheap.
It's like $10.
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
That's how we spend our free time.
Man. I see why you guys have to wait till you're 21, because you need a full-time job.
Hate for that habit.
Yeah, I don't know how many times in Canada we'd be like, oh man, we should go drinking tonight. That all of us would have to pool our money together to make this happen.
There's a I don't know if it is still the same, but it used to be, and there's a way around for paying for drinks. If you sat at a casino, most casinos comp you drinks while you play. So you sit, and here I love the nickel machine because I can put a $5 bill in and keep me busy for at least an hour.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing you drinks. So $5 just gets you, boom. You top that off? Yes, you do.
Oh man, I forgot that. I gotta do.
You gotta actually do the.
I know.
The community calendar.
Yeah. Because we are a non-profit radio station. So Tuesday, June 22nd, the Pep and Park program, 9 a.m. to noon. That is for children. I will repeat, it is for children.
They have that in there that it says it's for children?
Well, I know it's for children. Well, it says it's for elementary school-aged children.
Right.
It's for children.
The only reason they did that is because you kept showing up trying to do art projects.
But that's why I keep stressing it. I don't want somebody else to have the problem that I did when I went to try to play.
I did it as a kid, so it's fun.
And then they've also got the Alzheimer's Caregiver Support Group meeting at 5:30 to 7 p.m. That's at the Haverhill County Library. And then they've got the Burger Feed fundraiser. That's from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. at the Eagles Club. Go there, get some baked beans, chips, all the fixins and salad, and you'll get a burger there.
There you go. Read that one.
What's this? Oh. 2021 Havre Tennis Camp is back. Ba, ba, ba. August 2nd to August 3rd from noon to 3:30 p.m. each day. Open to boys and girls grades 1 to 12. Cost is $25 per camper. Ooh, with t-shirts and lots of prizes. I think I know how to pronounce that. Called George Ferguson at 406-390-4142. That's kind of easy to remember. 4142.
There you go.
It's like you're counting.
41, 42. Oh, actually, we got a rant right here. We were actually kind of talking about.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Pearl Jam coming to town.
Yeah, Mr. Adnet came to town. As everybody knows, he and for those of you who don't know on YouTube, Jeff Adnet is the bass player for Pearl Jam. He's a local. He's from around here, but he goes around to the local communities and he's put in skate parks in several of them. Now, we're not ranting that he's doing this. What we're going to rant about here is that people feel the need to decorate the skate parks.
How about deface?
Deface, right? Like, not in a good way.
Well, and like the worst part is I feel like the people that are defacing them are using them.
Right. Well, and then there's the kind of people who whine about not having this type of thing, or there's nothing to do. So
we were talking about like you can have like the artist kind of. Like there is street art.
I totally believe that they should find a guy. Like you see trains going by with graffiti on it. Sometimes it looks really cool. Really,
yeah.
It's not some random dude writing in big black letters "F-U" all over the place.
Yeah,
I'm talking like cool murals that they can do with spray paint or whatever. Most people use spray paint, and they could probably hire a guy to do this and make it look nice, right? But no, we get the random up-and-coming not artist who thinks it's just funny because he found a spray paint can in his dad's garage and he's going to go write some poetry, some crappy poetry.
Well, here's one that they have on the newspaper. It says, "Get die."
Like, what does that mean? That doesn't make sense. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
As a kid, I never had any inclining to do that. Like, no.
Well, I mean, I like to sign art projects that I do so that people know that I did it. I don't.
We made my wife
somebody's house.
We made my wife signs for when she got off the plane.
Oh, yeah,
I made you sign yours because at some point, when you die, you could be famous.
Yeah, it's gonna be a Picasso.
But yeah, if you're listening and you've spray painted things, stop, man.
Yeah, I mean, like,
no one cares.
If you want to get better at the art, then go ask the city and see. Like we were talking, that it'd be better if there was somebody that went and just asked the city, said, "Hey, can I go and make a mural at the skate park?" I bet you they'd enjoy that way more.
Yeah, well, as long as you cleared what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it, you know.
But I mean, like that's what they should do because there are guys that go around and do stuff like that. And
I think it'd be kind of neat. I mean, yeah, concrete's so concrete, but you put some color into it, and you pay someone. Have a different person, artist, do it every year. You know, it'd be kind of neat.
I don't know. I don't get the point of it because I know that it's called tagging. You tag their name or whatever. But the thing is, like, I'm looking at some of these that you can kind of see. I don't know what the heck they say. I don't know who that is. Nobody knows who it is.
But, you know, and here's the thing that upsets me even more is like, somebody if they do go ahead and do the art thing, right? And you're like, hey, yeah, we want you to do a couple murals.
Somebody's going to tag over.
And then somebody's going to tag over it.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know. Really don't know. It seems like it's just people that...
they want attention, but if you want attention, then man up and say you did it.
Well, some people just like chaos.
Right.
They like to wreck things.
Well, wreck your own things.
But, you know...
your own car.
The thing is like it would be so different. So if they were doing it and in the act they got caught, they'd be, just scared. They'd be like, "Oh no!"
And here's the thing. And you catch them. They're like, "Well, why'd you do it?" I don't know.
This was something to do. Like, why don't they go tag? There's so many little cliff sides here.
go
Go
paint the hillside.
go tank some dirt that we can just kick off.
Yeah. Get some sidewalk chalk and just go bananas.
I don't know. Yeah, I live right by there, so I mean, I didn't see anything there that looked
But if
like
you
art.
take, and my daughter's starting to read, right? And somebody does
That's
that.
true, yeah.
And you take your kid there, and I drive by there, and it's not, I mean, I'm sure there's high school kids. For the most part, it's middle school and under that use it.
Daddy, what's a pen is?
Yeah. And what does that say? You know what it says, you just know you can't say it.
Yeah. What did you say? I read it.
I know, yeah. And it's not just the skate park. I mean, you see it all over in town. You know, I've seen it at the parks where they spray paint the equipment and
I just don't know
bathrooms
why.
and stuff.
I honestly, I can't ever think of why.
Right.
It's not like they become famous.
No. But I can tell you this: if you're one of those guys that's doing this, there are guys who do become famous who ask to do it to do a decent mural. Those guys become famous.
Yeah. And I mean, the guy that built the skate park became famous and built that skate park.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: like, I talked to my wife because she works the railroad and she's a carman, and the guys that have tag those cars that with the cool painting and stuff, they've learned that if they paint over the numbers on the car, that they have to paint over them because they need to. So what they'll do is they'll design their designs around the numbers on the car so that they won't mess with them. But you can see the average idiot tagger just randomly painting crap.
Yeah.
To be.
No, I mean, art takes a certain mindset. And
We had this kind of discussion in the car yesterday. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, anything can be art, even if it sucks.
It's true.
Like, it just depends on how you look at it. Like, I seen like this one thing where a dude took a bunch of like a broom, a dustpan, and a mop, and hung them on a wall and not the way they're supposed to hang, and just weird angles, and he named it art.
Well, it's the chaos of the household.
Yeah, and it anything that draws this discussion could be considered art. So would that type of graffiti be considered art? In my opinion, absolutely not. But it does spur conversation.
Does it always comes down to? I mean, I feel like I'm an artist. I'm not like I'm still learning.
You're better than me.
I'm still learning how to do it, and I'm trying to figure out my own style. And but I think it comes down to.
I can't say that. I can't read that.
It comes down to your thought process while you're doing the art. You know, if you just say, I'm just going to spray paint because it's cool,
Right.
You're not doing art. You're just spray painting because you think it's cool.
You found a rattle can in your dad's garage.
Right. But if you go and you're like, you know what, I've got a bunch of colors. I want to go down and I want to create something that people are going to like to see.
Well, I know there was I don't, and I don't want to get any of this wrong, but there was someone in town who went around town and they did all the murals in the windows. Like you can see the one at Dairy Queen. I think it's her. She did a lot of the pictures in all the windows in town to kind of up the, to make it look nicer.
Yeah.
She did it the right way. And more often than not, people were like, yeah, I think that'd be great. Do it. Yeah.
I don't know. Kids.
Don't get me wrong, we did dumb things as kids, but
You did.
But I didn't destroy anyone else's property, not on purpose anyway.
No, there was times I ran into things by accident.
Oh man, I took a 4-wheeler through my friend's mom's fence once.
Oh, I just
I wasn't on the 4-wheeler at the time because I got thrown off and the 4-wheeler kept going. So, ooh.
Like anytime we hear a beep on our phone, we get a little scared.
What am I looking at here?
Banksy.
I don't know what that means.
Let's get some music going because I gotta turn off this stinking AC. Here's what do we want to play? Here we go. Let's play. She's so high.
She's so high. Yeah. There's a reason I don't do it. What's Banksy there, Barry? Do you know what Banksy is?
I'm thinking it's that spray paint artist.
Okay, he's a pseudonymous England-based street artist, political activist, and film director whose real name and identity remain unconfirmed.
Yeah.
That's what she put in the chat. I'm like, I don't know. I don't say that word.
Yeah, there's also there's a street artist guy that he tries to make it look so that when you look at the painting from the right angle, it looks like real. So it looks like it's going through the wall.
No, I do know that during times of war, there have been
Oh man,
graffiti. Like I believe in Germany and all those places, they had like graffiti and stuff. Objecting to the wars. Like, it's Vietnam was huge.
yeah.
But I mean, it's still like doing it on some guy's business is still, I don't know, defacing property, and why do it? But to whoever spray painted all that garbage all over the skate park here in town, thanks for being a jerk.
Maybe we should just go around and spell check all the graffiti.
That wouldn't work. Because let's face it, like, and I'm becoming like, I could see it. I'm becoming my parents. We pointed this out yesterday in the vehicle. Like whenever you scold your kid, and then you stop being like, sound just like them.
Yeah, my dad said that exact thing to me.
And I swore I'd never say it to my kid, and I just did. But you become your kid. But I mean, like how out of the loop? Like, I use the word dude a lot. People don't say dude anymore.
Sweet.
Dude.
Sweet.
Like, and dope, and now, like, when my daughter hits like middle school and stuff, and she tries to have a conversation with me, and I'm like, and it's really bad if
she sends it in text.
like my wife will do it in text. I'm like, what does that mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, it took me forever to learn out like what a lot of the like LOL. Like, I knew LOL, but some of the other ones, I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I still have to figure. There's times that people will send me, like, because I've got a younger sister. She'll send me something. I'm like, what does that mean?
You got to type the whole thing out. I don't know what it means. I'm lame and old. I'm sorry. You just turned it off.
I did. I was getting to a good temperature.
You could bring something to drink over it.
I'm so tired.
Stop being such a wuss. You're getting restless too, so I can definitely tell you're getting tired.
I'm going to bed early tonight.
Is it early by after midnight or early by like before your kid
No,
goes to
my
sleep?
bedtime's midnight. I'm going to bed probably like as soon as we're done the show.
Oh, I'm not.
I might just fall asleep on the couch.
It's getting kind of nice out. I guarantee if you came over to my house, you'd fall asleep on the couch.
I always almost fall asleep on the stupid couch.
You come over to watch a hockey game, I look over 5 minutes after it started, you're like,
I'm listening to it.
through your eyes. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Oh.
Wow. So when's our next trip? Where's our next trip going to be?
To that Dungeons and Dragons theme place.
In, isn't that Utah?
Yeah, it's not that far away.
As states go, we got to drive through some of the bigger ones.
I mean, this is what we do. We can, we'll take the girls. We can leave Kingston with the wives.
No. Because, okay, so last night your wife's like, because she doesn't want to go to Home Depot with us. Don't blame her one bit. I'll take the girls swimming, and I jokingly added, well, what are you going to do with Kingston? Because I knew she didn't want Kingston. What are you going to do with Kingston? Well, I thought yeah.
Oh, no, she said right away. She's like, I ain't watching Kingston.
He's tough.
Well, he needs an adult to himself.
Oh, yeah. At least one.
The bonuses, though, sometimes, like, at least at our place, when we were watching them, the girls would just he'd follow them around.
Right. Yeah.
And we just made the rule that they couldn't lock him out.
He is so cool. Yeah, he's crazy.
I mean, when the girls were like busy doing stuff and he was getting restless, I just set up like an obstacle course of danger because he seems to like those.
And I'm sure you noticed this. Like he goes 1,000 miles an hour, and then just passes out.
Yeah, he's the only kid that I've ever seen that like would fall asleep. Just
like 2 seconds later, he's just going absolutely bananas, and then you're like, it got quiet all of a sudden. You look over, and he's.
Well, what we would do at noon. At noon, we would just grab him, put him on the couch. He'd be like, "What are you doing?" And then we give him his like his juice or whatever you gave him, and he'd be like,
gone.
And then
that was exactly like last night because I mean we did the trampoline place, and he took an hour and a half nap yesterday. Did the trampoline place, and then we went swimming, and it was like 9, not even 9 o'clock, about 9 o'clock. We're like, you want a bottle? He's just going crazy in the hotel room. He's into everything. He's driving his sister crazy. He's going crazy, and we make him a bottle, and he basically got it to his lips, looked at the TV, and dropped the bottle and went.
So he's a
like
man.
Somebody, like there's a button, it's just an instant kill switch, and it just shuts him down. It was just nuts. He's just.
Yeah, but you got even though he was driving his sister crazy, there was that cute picture.
Oh,
Two of them
he had already been asleep for a little while, which is kind of funny. And he readjusted, and he sat up and looked over and seen his sister lying there. So he's like, "Oh," and he used her for a pillow.
That's one of those pictures that you can show them when they hate each other when they're teenagers.
You set that type of picture up for their graduation.
Yeah.
See, technology wasn't that great when I was in high school, so they kind of did that.
I just remember I've got a video of me singing Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, and my sister slapping me in the side of the head saying, "Sing it right."
I think my mom sent in a bunch of pictures, and they did the PowerPoint presentation because that was the biggest thing when we were kids. If you could do PowerPoint, you know.
Yeah.
You were on top of the world, and it was me.
And we're back.
Being a fat baby eating a freaking breadstick.
Some Evanescence, Bring Me to Life.
Ooh.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Maybe you haven't.
I haven't, no.
Because it was popular on the radio like 2 decades ago, and
yeah, when we were in like high school and stuff, I heard it every day.
Well, that's because that really bad Daredevil movie came out, and that was the only thing good about it.
There was good points to that movie.
Name one.
He lived in a water shell dome thing.
But if you watch the Daredevil on Netflix, which I highly recommend, it's a very good show.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. I like the ones that they did on Netflix.
All the Punisher, so good. John Barenthal, he's Punisher to me from now on. Like I like the Thomas Jane Punisher movie with John Travolta. That was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The one they did in the '80s with Dolph Lundgren. I'm an action movie guy. I can watch it, but it's still not good.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like, well, what do you like now? Do you like the Avengers Hulk or do you like the old Hulk?
Lou Ferrigno?
Yeah.
He's always got a place. But
I mean, you like. The thing is, do you think Lou Ferrigno?
But they cameoed him. Did you see him?
Yeah. But do you think if they had that technology back then, that he would have been a better Hulk?
No, I mean, come on. I mean, they did the one episode of the Hulk, and I am not a huge aficionado. I remember watching it very sporadically because I was still really young when it came out. The one where he fought the grizzly bear, and you could tell it's a dude in a suit. And it's just, you got Ferrigno with the wig, and he's painted green.
He was all natural, though.
But they had to go like super close up to him. It's always been a trick photography thing to make a guy look bigger. You put the big thing in front, and then you just kind of back everything up so they don't look as. And what's so cool about that is that technology was still used in the making of The Hobbit. That's how they made Gandalf look so much bigger in a lot of scenes, is they would just scoot him forward.
Yeah.
But when they made it when they went to The Hobbit, they couldn't do it because they did it in 3D. So what they did is they built separate sets for Gandalf, half scale, so he would look bigger, everything green, And then they'd film it. He'd have an earpiece in, so while they're in the other set, all the dwarfs, he could talk back. But he's just looking at his own room that's green, half size. He's huge, and he's got to look at weird targets so he knows who he's talking to. He almost quit the films over that because you know how hard you're an actor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you feed off of somebody without being in the same room with them? This whole room is green, and all you can hear is them talking, but you're looking at like a tennis ball.
Yeah,
and you have to take your shoes off that.
Well, I mean, you can just think about it with. I was always told, like, you look at somebody that is mute, can't talk. If they wanted to explain something to you through their body language, you could figure out most of it.
Yeah.
Like, most of our language isn't just the voice.
Okay, perfect example is, and every married man and any guy who's been in a relationship longer than a day can figure this out. You know when your wife says, "It's fine," it's not.
Yeah. Yes.
You're like, oh, well, God,
every question. How many times have
every
you been
bell and whistle and alarm is going off in your head going, oh, I am in so much trouble.
How many times have you heard the, like, we'll use this example. Is it okay if I go golfing? Huh? Yeah, it's fine. Go ahead. And you go, okay, see ya. Knowing that it's not.
You got the alarm bells are going off going, I am in so much trouble when I get home.
But at least I'll get 9 holes in.
See, ladies, we do know.
For the most
sometimes part. Sometimes you fool us.
Yeah. Because there are times when
you said it was cool.
Yeah. Or like I hate the ones when you're like, hey, is it okay if I do this? They're like, yes, no problem. And then you're about to leave, and then it's like you're like, what are you doing? I'm just like, well, I just have to clean the house and stuff because we got company coming over.
Oh, that's right.
And you're just like, what do I do?
Do you want me to help?
Well, that's why, like, I kind of felt bad today when we got back, and because I guess when we're not in our house for a while, things look messier. Like our sinks all of a sudden had like this stuff in it. So I was like, oh, I gotta do something. So I just cleaned. I cleaned the sinks because they seem to bother. Try to build up an okay. It's okay if I fall asleep.
You trying to get a cushion?
Yeah.
He did help.
A little.
He's gonna do a radio show.
Well, like the hard part with my situation.
Do you get the? That's fine. I don't care what you do.
Sometimes it depends on that.
And you know for a fact
it's not fine.
It's not fine, and she does care.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or if it's just like I want to be nice.
They're testing us.
Yeah.
And we fail it almost every time.
I'd like to. I almost wish that we could get them to come on the radio and we stay home and listen to them.
Oh, we're already in trouble.
But but I want to see. I'd like this because I don't know because I don't hear too much about what happens with girls. But they're like, oh yeah, remember when he said this and they didn't get it. They didn't hear what we
never get it. You got to write things out in crayon for us, in big letters, too.
Or, like, in the signs, you wanted those big, giant markers.
Marker signs, big letters.
Those are the biggest markers I've ever seen.
The kids loved them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
The marker was bigger than their hand.
So anybody out there who is either just started dating someone or getting about to be married, and it changes after you get married. You got to learn the new... You need
new ones that come along.
Yep. It's fine. I don't care what you do is never fine, and they always care.
Make sure that you double check. But I mean, like in my family here, I know she does a lot of the laundry and stuff, and I would do it, but she doesn't like when I just throw everything in cold water and wash it.
Because it's not the way you do it.
So when we were in, I think was it Vancouver? Yeah, in Vancouver. When we were in Vancouver, I would go down and I'd go to put laundry in, and there was step-by-step instructions.
Well, the difference is you don't care if your clothes shrink a bit. You're like, it'll stretch out as I wear it.
Yeah, well, I just don't even care if it changes color.
But, yeah, you got pink socks. Oh, well.
Yeah.
No one sees my socks anyway. But women's clothing is far more delicate and way more elaborate than, you're wearing a T-shirt with, I don't know.
Majora's Mask?
Yeah, see? I'm wearing a free shirt. I think we donated to something, and we get a free shirt.
Mine is art. This is Majora's Mask.
Yeah, and there's food all over it.
There's no food on it.
Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
And so we're like, oh, if my shirt gets ruined or wrinkled, I just go get a different one. They don't feel that way.
Yeah. Have we talked about the how because my wife went to that clothing swap?
We've done that. It's just really weird. Guys don't clothing swap. They won't.
I would like to see us get a group of guys and do a clothing
At
swap.
least-
and we'd
at
sit
least-
there and be like, I'm not wearing your shirt.
At least between the two of us, would never clothing swap.
Yeah, I wouldn't want any of your shirt.
Now, if I had, say, someone had bought me a shirt and it was way too small for me, and I knew it before I even put it on,
well, that's
still that's
different.
on. I'd be like, hey, this will probably fit you. But the minute I squeeze my man boobs into it, you don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I guess it would be different if you tried it on. You're like, no, it's too small.
Yeah,
But
but if I'd worn it a few times,
yeah, like if you went for a jog.
well, because now there's permanent pit stains in it.
Yeah, exactly. So I just don't like. I go to whenever I go to the Salvation Army to kind of look for something. If it's clothing, it's because I'm making an outfit.
Right.
It's supposed to be like a dress-up thing.
You're gonna wear it once.
Yeah, and yeah, I just
But your wife too. Mine goes crazy. Like they go nuts when they find out their girlfriend's with the other, and they're like, "Here, let's change clothes," which is I'm all for it. Do whatever.
I mean, they like it, and
Yeah.
it doesn't affect me.
No. So
If anything, there's been times where she's like, "What do you think?" I'm like, "Oh man, that looks really good." Be like, "I got this from a swap." I'm like, "Okay."
Well, I think she got that Under Armour sweatshirt from my wife. That pink.
Man, I would never
It's-
get an Under Armour. If you gave me anything Under Armour, I'm like, I know you sweated in that.
I wouldn't give you anything Under Armour anyway. But I don't think she meant to work very much. But and then it's bright pink. Like it is ridiculously
Yeah.
pink.
Man, it's weird because I was just thinking, I won't wear any of your clothes, but I wore your goalie equipment.
Yeah, and I sweated
I
in
know
that.
that was disgusting.
You didn't wear the cup though.
No, you never wear another man's cup.
It's the goalie cup is different though.
I don't care. I'm not gonna wear your.
You'll risk
cup.
you'll risk taking a puck.
I wore my player's cup.
That's not gonna help.
Well, I'm not good enough to.
Well,
do
you didn't play.
butterfly.
But you didn't play high rec anyway. Like,
No.
would you step on the ice in goalie equipment high rec without one?
I don't want to step on the ice for beginners with goalie equipment. I just do it when I know they don't have
But
one.
what I'm saying is because if they knew you weren't wearing a goal cup, and those guys can hit their target,
Wow, let's not give them that much credit. They can aim a little better.
you can, and you've done it.
Yeah, but it's different in the heat of a game.
My
Hitting
wife
your
did it to me in the garage.
That was
last year.
awesome. I got that on video.
Slow mo.
Yep.
Maybe if you guys are nice, he might actually post it to one of these.
God, I should put up some of the video. I've also got the video of the rabbit incident in Great Falls.
Yeah, we put
The
that.
mini putt.
But you get the ooh in slow motion. Like she did it twice.
Yeah. It's because she aims for it.
No, I think she just got
There's this little.
she sauces it at just the right height, so I have to drop to make the save. But if I don't, it goes 5-hole. But if I do, it catches me right in the right spot.
But you make the save.
It saved.
It's worth it.
No.
I still remember a buddy of mine taking a slap shot in the game, and it looked like it was coming right for it. And when I jumped to get over top of it, because I didn't have time to duck, apparently, I don't know. I remember the goalie made the save, and he was like, "You jumped like 10 feet over that puck, man."
I remember playing a game last year, and Kristen got me. And she's like, I think I heard the clunk. Like, yeah, you got it.
Shot. Oh, he saved that one.
If there's ever any question of whether he got the save. Oh, the funniest one I saw was someone went between Jerry's legs at the tournament in Great Falls, but they scored, and he just lit it like, oh, like he felt it skin his leg like a millimeter either direction. He's gonna have a really bad day.
Oh, Jerry. The only guy that I've known have 9 goals scored on him and 12 shots against. He made 3 saves that game.
Those 3 saves, immaculate.
Well, I mean, he did, to his defense, he did throw up his contacts just before getting on the ice.
He said that exactly right, too. He threw up.
Yeah, he threw up and his contacts fell in his eyes.
Oh.
That's adult hockey right there. That's what we do it for.
Right.
Guys like Jerry.
Got some new blood coming in this year, though, hopefully, for goaltenders, I think.
I hope so. We had a couple guys try it out, and they seem to actually enjoy it, which is good.
Right. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about hockey, it doesn't take much to be a hockey player. It's just really hard to skate. Once you get the skating down, hockey's amazing.
Well, there is things you got to learn, but you can just kind of start going.
The basic skating, you get the basic skating down, hockey's a blast. I highly recommend trying it. Being a goalie, though, we're a different breed. You have to be okay with people shooting vulcanized rubber at 60 miles an hour at you. You have to be okay with it. And yeah, we wear a lot of padding. I will tell you, somehow that 3-inch diameter vulcanized rubber puck somehow manages to find the weak spots in your armor. And a shot off the dome always makes the ears ring.
Yeah. See, I don't like it when you're playing like rep games or practices and guys hit you in the head. That, to me, that's like it's like giving a gun to somebody that doesn't know how to shoot it.
Right.
Because it hurts if you get one of those off the dome.
Oh, we had a couple instances this year with that, but I took one where I had to slide over to one post. I made the save, but I kicked the rebound out, and the guy ripped it. And I looked, and as I turned my head, I seen the puck coming. And the only thing that saved me from, I probably been better off taking it right in the face. I turned my head, and I took it in the side of the head. Tilted me over. That's
why I do the flutters for you.
Well, it was basically a one-timer off of the rebound, and it went right off my toe.
Well, even that, I would wind up and then flutter it, and you'd be like,
No. The best is when you do it to Ryan. Like,
oh, man. He jumps out of the way?
Yeah, like, you've never taken, like, I've seen you shoot, and I've never seen you full-on shoot hard at any low-rec game. You don't shoot at the high-rec games for the most part, so you usually pass it, but I've never seen you full on anything with a remote amount of power behind it that could even remotely hurt anybody. But yet every time Ryan would come up to try and play D on you, you'd pull back, which slap shots are 100% illegal in any type of adult rec game.
In Montana.
Yeah. But you would bring your stick back like you're just going to power slam it. And he would put his hands on his head and skate away. Whoa!
Well, and he knows what I'm doing too, because after he does,
he did it like 6 times.
Damn it! Oh, you got me.
If it's anyone else like you've never played with before, yeah, I get it. But it's you. I mean, he's got to know you're just messing with him.
Yeah, it's so funny. One of these days, he's just going to body check me full on instead.
Actually, if he did it right, he could probably take the puck from you because your stick is way back here. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, I like having fun because that's the kind of stuff that when you start getting better into the game, guys do that, and they'll wind up like they're going to shoot because then you freeze like you're going to block it, and then it puts you off balance.
I watched a little bit of highlights of the NHL. Like there are a couple of guys that are the no look shot.
Well, that's not moving.
Nate Balters pulled this on me this year, and it was I made the save. I don't know how, but I wasn't expecting it.
The no look save.
He was looking at a pass, and he shot it at me, and I was like, oh, I got this pass because there was a guy in the back door. He shot it at me, and I reacted back just in time to get the save. I was like, he's like,
yeah.
Oh.
That's why goalies watch the puck.
Yeah, you have to.
If a goalie catches my eyes, he's going to make the wrong choice.
Yeah, if you watch highlights of any NHL goaltender, their eyes are on the ice. They're not in the air.
They're puck trackers, but players are not supposed to be.
Yeah.
two different things.
If your goalie's looking around like this, the puck's already in the net.
So it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
Why'd the whistle blow?
I don't understand.
Yeah. So, what are we doing here? We got 20 minutes left.
Music,
Maybe one more music for you guys. See if we can find something else to rant about here.
Let's get some vertical horizon going on. Best I ever had. Do you know what kind of sucks about live streaming?
What?
If I gotta go to the bathroom, I can't. I don't want to leave you alone with your thoughts.
With me and my thoughts. Oh boy. The Canadians have scared the Vegas Knights so much they're switching goaltenders for Game 4.
Really?
They're pulling Marc-Andre Fleury for Rob Leonard. I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm not a coach.
Well, maybe they're just thinking like maybe he's going into that because last time they gave Fleury a break, and then they came back and won. Maybe
The last time they gave Fleury a break, they lost 4-0.
but then they came back and won.
Right.
So maybe they're just thinking he needs a break. He is older.
Yeah, but he's still amazing.
Yeah.
That's
just like me.
No.
How do you know? You haven't even seen me play where I can hit.
You haven't seen you play where you can hit and what?
I've never seen myself play and hit. I just always done it.
When was the last time you played a full contact game?
I was 19.
And you're
37. But I've had guys hit me like I played full contact again.
Right.
I've got a little bit more girth on me from then.
A little more mass to throw around.
Like my body density is a lot more than it used to
I will
be.
say this: you can move on the ice when you have to. I've seen those nights where you're, when you're playing with the low rec guys, and you're like, and every now and again they'll get one by, and you're like, oh, I gotta go catch him.
I still liked. I was at that one tournament, and I had an opportunity. We were losing, so I put on the Jets because the guys were doing the line change. And I had Cole Hansen, which was a kid I coached. He was on the bench. And I went down, made my play, didn't score. There was 2D, so I tried to shoot through him, and it missed the net just a bit. And I went back to the bench, and Cole's sitting there. He's like, I've never seen you skate that fast. I was like, you've never seen me try.
Yeah. Oh, man.
It's an adrenaline game.
I did that water, I think it's just because I'm a big fat guy. Like, I did the water slide yesterday, and I tried to go slow with my daughter, and I'm like, I just kept picking up speed. I'm like, God,
gravity was pulling you down,
right? And I know that's not how it works, but like when I went down the first time, you're like, I saw the waves, and like, that person spit out, and you were right on them. Yeah. And I waited until they were almost at the end.
Well, it looked like cool because they came out and they were like, bleh. And then all of a sudden it was like. It was like you were watching Indiana Jones and the boulder was coming through.
235-pound missile coming out of that too.
But it was I don't know if Amanda was recording at the time, and I was like, you could tell Derek's coming because you could see the waves with every turn.
I swear, like on the third round, I thought I was gonna go over the top because I was going so fast, and I get to the lip. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna fly out of this thing.
I like that your daughter went by herself.
After she went down with me, she's like, I'm doing that by myself.
But you see the fear in her eye right before she hit the water.
Then when I went down with her, I held her up. I was like Lion King in her.
Yeah, that's what Sammy did too. Holding Simba. Yeah,
making sure she didn't get wet, or I just didn't want her to get a mouthful of nose full of water.
Well, it's one of those things. Like, I mean. So we were trying to help her with her going under the water, plugging her nose because you guys were showing her that.
Mm-hmm.
Holding the breath and going.
Because she would duck her face in and then come up immediately.
Yeah.
You can actually stay under for a minute if you keep your nose pinched.
Sammy said that when she was washed her, she was going to the bottom and then coming all the way back up.
Nice.
So
she figured out that she could, because once she figured out above water, I'm like, you can hold your breath for a long time above water, right? You can do the same while you're underneath it.
Yeah.
So just come back up.
Well, it's all starting points, right? Because she's like, I can't do it. And I was like, yeah,
I've often
until you practice.
There's so So, I mean, there's a lot of things out there that are first, but like experiencing the world for the first time, like meeting my son has to be one of the coolest things ever because anything we do that's not normal is a first.
Yeah. Which
is going to be ridiculous. Like the first thing he did when he got in the hotel room was he ran the dishwasher in our hotel room. What does this button do? Bonk. And I couldn't figure out how to shut it off, so I just let it go.
I don't know how this works.
Well, we have one, but this
just
is
way breaker,
right? But I mean, can you imagine like everything being new? Experiencing it as an adult with your full, but you don't have any understanding of
Derek,
it.
That's why we have to go to the Dungeons and Dragons place. That would be a new experience.
Well, yeah.
Have you ever done that?
What?
Gone to a place like that?
I did the Ren Fair in Arizona. Those are cool too.
This isn't a Ren Fair.
You ever done a Ren Fair?
I was in the one in Havre.
Okay. Have you ever done a real one?
No. I've been to medieval times.
Yeah. The real big one, we did one in Phoenix. They had jousting. We didn't get to watch the jousting, but when we were going to do it last year, the year before, but thank you, COVID.
You want to go do jousting? I've got
No.
You get a trike, and we can do it.
And we're going to put on average. No, I am never going to joust for real, but I did want to watch.
Well, I've just seen the
It's just
medieval times does the jousting.
It's just good to know that ever since man has existed, we've always got to do something stupid, knock each other off of something with a stick.
Yep. Yeah, we do stupid things.
No disrespect to anybody who does rodeo, but I'm pretty sure that started out with alcohol and a guy going, I bet you I could stay out longer than you can.
I guarantee that's what it was.
That's where every single sport ever invented started. Two dudes, alcohol, and nothing to do.
Oh, well, because then it was like, hey man, Jimmy stayed on that bull for over 8 seconds. And they're like, no way.
Well, there's the legends like the natives would jump from back to back on a bison. First of all, I don't have the courage, let alone the drive to do that ever. So to be a man, you'd have to do that. I'm never becoming a man then. I'm sorry.
I'm staying when I am right now.
You're a coward. Yes, I am. But that's just the way things were. But I'm fairly certain every sport that's played to this point was invented with a dude.
Well, I mean, think of how many times, girls could probably do the same thing.
But they don't.
No, but I mean, where you think about time with your friends, where you said betcha I could do that.
and you know what's funny is you read the, and this is why I'm going to go a little outside thing. I call the whole Adam and Eve story in the Bible complete and utter bullshit. I know for a fact it wasn't Eve that screwed him over, because I've sat at a restaurant and touched something that I knew I wasn't supposed to play with, while my wife went, "You're not supposed to play with that." And I know you have too. I guarantee you.
Nope, I never have.
Yeah, thanks, Sammy. You can confirm right now. I know for a fact Adam was the guy who went, "I'm hungry. Fruit." And Eve's going,
"Look at me with food. Would I have eaten it?"
Yeah.
We're going live.
They definitely told us not to eat that.
And we are back live on the radio. And that was, I can't remember where we got talking, and I didn't see the band. I failed.
You have failed, everybody.
It's so cold in here again, because
I feel kind of nice. Right here's really nice.
Yeah, we're going to switch spots again.
No, we're not. You know the panel.
I do like playing with knobs.
And buttons.
And I like seeing this thing go up and down, because then I know if we're talking too loud or not.
Well, and people are actually going to hear you.
Yeah. Except for that one day when I screwed up everything.
It happens.
We've all been there. And we only got 15 more minutes.
Only? Oh.
And I know all of our fans were like, please say they're coming back from Great Falls today. And they're so happy when we're here. And then we started talking, and they're like, they clearly have been traveling already.
What is it? Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Everybody's done the family vacation thing, right? you almost need a vacation from your vacation.
Yeah, it is. Every time I come back from vacation, I sleep more.
You just feel like you've just been run over by a train.
Yeah.
Like, we're going on vacation to relax. You're like, I need to get back. I'm so exhausted from my vacation. I did too much relaxing.
Well, I know with like whenever I go back home, we
If they ever
end
let
up
you go
doing
back.
we end up doing more traveling in Ontario than it takes for us to drive to Ontario. And it's because like I don't get it, and probably other people could feel the same way. I go and visit family. I've got my parents, and I've got my mom, my grandparents, you've got friends, and nobody wants to come to the place that you're at.
You have
to go to them after you've drove 31 hours to get there.
Yeah.
And that's what drives me nuts.
You just drove 18 hours. What's another 10 minutes?
Yeah, right? But I mean, they're usually like, well, we're only an hour and a half away. I have to work in the morning, so that's why I can't do it. I'm like, oh, okay. Because we're just going to get to sleep in. Usually it's like up at 8, drive, visit, come all the way back to where we can sleep.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah. Vacations are just brutal.
Yeah.
I love going on vacations.
Yeah, they're
with my family.
fun, but they are draining.
Oh.
It's like you're forcing yourself to be more active.
See, like this weekend ain't gonna be so bad. I'll sleep tonight. I'll be fine tomorrow, right? But if you take like a week and go on vacation, you get back Sunday, and you know you have to go to work Monday. Monday's gonna suck, right?
Like the case of the Mondays.
I have cases of Mondays regularly, but
I know my Mondays are pretty good.
you don't have a Monday. You have it's just another day of the week.
Well, I'm probably gonna paint. I gotta paint a little bit on Monday.
Start doing your countertops, right?
Yes, we could start doing that.
We or you?
Well, we're gonna work on it together. I told her that I needed her to help me prep it because it's a little bit of prep work. But other than that,
Done.
marble countertops.
That
Not
are
real
marble.
But they're gonna look like it. And then when people come look at it, they're gonna be like, "Wow, how did you afford that?" I'll be like, "Well, I could help you out with that."
Came in a box.
Gave us out of a box. It was out of another box.
But I
It
didn't.
had some epoxy in it. That was epoxy or epoxy?
Epoxy.
Epoxy. People know what we're saying.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah. You did. It looked okay on the table you did outside.
Yeah, and that one was not level, and it was worked wood. So I thought it turned out pretty good.
Actually, it's kind of cool in your backyard because it's like now you have a permanent. Like that table's never going anywhere
Right?
because the wood will now never rot.
Yeah. Well, that was my hope. Is some of the like Sammy was out there watching me sand it down a bit, and I picked up a piece. I was like, because I sanded off the bolt that was holding it in. I was like, oh, well, I'll just epoxy hold
now
that.
Permanent glued in.
Well, because I put putty down
Nice.
to block the cracks, and then I put epoxy over top of that. I thought it looked pretty good.
Nice. Man, we got all kinds of projects going on this summer, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna film ourselves doing one apparently.
Which one?
Your bathroom.
Why?
Because my project is gonna be very gooey.
I'll hold the camera.
I was like, oh, I won't drip that much, and it got all over my deck, and now I'm like, well, it looks like I'm scraping
Here's
some
the
of my
one
deck
thing.
off.
Here's the one thing I can tell you about sticky stuff that you're working with. It always travels.
Well, I mean, that's why with like our countertop, I'm going hardcore. We're gonna spend like a day probably making sure that it's all taped up.
As well, and I can like from what I do for a living. Like I work with ink, right? If I don't make sure my hands are completely clean before I start every new job or project, it transfers. And my wife, for the longest time, like when I came home, you could see what I did when I came home because there was always a fingerprints right next to the door where I'd lean against the door jamb to take my shoes off because there was constantly ink on my hands.
I just pictured
I
it
finally
in the
got
bathroom.
Well, there's that one too. That's the 3 a.m. I don't want to turn the light on, so I'll just listen for the sound when I go. If the water's splashing, I'm okay.
Why is there no water? Oh, well.
Why are my feet getting wet? Oh, I guarantee you everybody can figure out that.
Yeah. Well, man, so on our way back, Persephone had to go to the bathroom. We go out, and the car's too dirty for her to lean up against, so I had to, like, kind of hold her and stuff. I was like, man, it would suck to be a girl. Like, we can just control our...
We just have to know wind direction and speed.
Yeah. And we just have to know not to face into the wind.
We learned that right away.
Yeah.
Usually. Sometimes we kind of like,
I mean, I don't know. It was good. It was two of us. So, like, Sammy was holding the clothes, so it would happen. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, why are you grabbing way down there? It's like, oh, boy.
Yep.
Yeah. Good times. Yeah, we've only got 8 minutes.
7 states. Sorry.
No, not seconds. I said minutes. Are you looking at your seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, we will be a little bit more rested next week.
Hopefully more talk. I mean, we did all right.
We kind of just talked about what's going on. We ranted. It's what we did.
That's what we do.
And I'm hoping that people, that listen kind of relate. And, they're not going to have the exact same story. But I like it when I hear people talking and I'm like, yeah, man, I hear you. I've been there.
Oh, this has never been truer.
What's that?
I'm in shower and how women shower.
We wash our hair, our beard, our armpits, and the crotch. And women wash everything.
Yeah, that's probably. How are you so fast in the shower? Take care of the important things and then I get out.
I take care of the parts that I know smell bad.
This is also why guys do not share clothes.
Yes.
I know for a fact he never once washed his feet, so there ain't no way I'm borrowing his socks.
Yeah. Man, I've been in some thrift stores and it's like underwear. Nope.
I've been in a used clothes store and noticed they had underwear, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Some people are
Like, you
getting
can go buy a cheap
underwear.
pair of underwear for probably like $2.
I would go commando long before I wore a pair of underwear someone else had already worn. I don't care how much bleach, acid, whatever you have to do. I don't care.
We're gonna do a test. We're gonna throw up an ad for. We'll have a men's clothing swap, and let's see who shows up. I'd like to see who shows up to that.
I'm fairly certain it'll be that poor guy that shows up.
What guy shows up? I just wanted to meet you guys.
Just wanted someone to hang out with.
I don't want to give you guys no, not taking my clothes.
Just want to meet a new friend. Yeah.
I'm so excited to go to bed tonight.
Oh, wow. But I hope everybody had a great and fantastic Father's Day.
Yes.
We did. You know, drove.
We got to spend time with our kids, and
our wives.
Like, I see like people getting presents and stuff like that, and to me, these days aren't about that kind of thing.
Right.
It's supposed to be the day that the kid spends time with that specific parent, and that's the gift. That is the real gift. Because I mean, not everybody gets to spend a whole lot of time with them.
Right.
So, and I know like my wife there, she got on Mother's Day, my daughter made her a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, my wife was so excited when she got off the plane. And we all had signs for her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
yeah.
we suggested it, and then
I ran with it. I'm like, we're doing it.
I love the message I got. And Sammy's like, does he just message you solo? I was like, yeah, of course he does. Because then I was like, yeah, Derek was on board. He said, we're doing this. And I love that we put effort into our sign, and you just used your big, giant marker.
She didn't realize it said sweetheart until today after she unloaded it out of the truck.
Oh, really?
Out of the car.
Well, it's because she was probably
Well,
wearing
and
a big banner.
Well, that and Kingston was holding on to it too.
Oh, yeah, and he kept falling out.
And so he stood over, or he probably stood on a bunch of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I used pastels on a white canvas.
I used a big black Sharpie that said "Welcome home,
Sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and didn't you ask Sammy how to make sure to spell it? So you didn't
Yeah, so I
spell it
didn't know. I didn't know if sweetheart was one word or two.
Yeah. It's always best to ask,
Right.
Because last thing
I didn't want to look stupid.
Yeah, well, last thing you want is you holding the sign up. She's like, "Oh, big."
Well,
Grammar
apparently, if you separate sweet and heart, it's sweetheart. Then it's just a sweetheart. She's not your sweetheart.
Yeah.
See,
No.
punctuation is a great. You shouldn't be talking to you about this. I could go through my phone right now with all the random stuff you messaged me, and I'm like, what does that mean? Wrong word. Yeah.
Yeah, I do it a lot. I have fat fingers, so autocorrect.
You're right.
Well, yours just randomly changes words. You said.
Right. Yeah, it does. It's crazy. Like when no. See, this is we got to go through this. This is the whole line. We're gonna do it. We're gonna roll out a big banner made out of newspaper, and I was like, sweet. And you're like, oh my god, this is gonna Rick. And I'm like, who's Rick? And you're like, rock fingers. Yeah.
We can really, at least I don't have to do the push the button 4 times to find the right letter anymore.
Oh, the old number phones. Yeah. No, mine will if I want to put this down, it's like, no, you want to use thus. Hey, who uses thus?
Just say anything. Just say anything.
That's hilarious. Now you guys are just in for a surprise because we ain't gonna tell you.
Yeah. All right. Well, it's pretty much the top of the hour. I'm exhausted.
4:59.
If you didn't like the show today, that's on you.
We showed up. We gave it an effort.
Yeah. We wanted to be here. I like doing this. Like talking. Just seeing if people.
I think you like sleeping more than you like talking.
No.
No?
No, I like talking.
I do.
Like, did you not realize this whole weekend? Like, do you know how many times you messaged me and I looked at Sammy and I was like, we're right beside each other.
You tried doing Morse code through the wall.
Yeah, I did.
It didn't work because I tried it a bunch too and you guys never responded. So
I heard it. I was mad that you didn't reply the first time.
I'm not doing it. He didn't reply. I didn't hear it. Well, I think I heard it. I just didn't know what it was.
All right, well, I hope everyone enjoys their Father's Day. And thank you for listening to Average Rants here at KNMC 90.1 FM here in Average.
Give us a like and follow on YouTube if you would like to. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Please do.
YouTube and Facebook. You
Facebook.
can find Average Rants.
Exactly. We'll see you guys in 7 days.
Yeah.
Out. I don't know how to stop the stream. There it is. Route.